Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and simps, welcome back to the Mac Life, the #1 podcast here in the world. We're back for episode 148. 148 already. Remember being at 100 not that long ago. Now, if you're new to the channel, we go over absolutely everything to do with growing your brand online, monetizing that brand, OnlyFans marketing for creators, and OnlyFans management. So how to manage ladies' accounts and make exuberant amounts of money. If this is the first podcast you've ever watched, okay, we're not just here on YouTube, where you may be watching, but we're also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, we're on Rumble. This could be hosted on my website. There are so many places that this goes. So, the way in which I do these videos is in podcast style format. Essentially, over the start, me and you, we go through some updates, we go through some business things, I give you the practical advice day to day and document my journey from where I am to $100 million, okay? And then we go into a main topic at the end. And today, the main topic that we'll be focusing on, I drop the pen, I drop it every time. The main thing that we'll be focusing on today is, should you start an OnlyFans account? Why would you start an OnlyFans account? Okay, and these are the things, the 4 things. I've written them down. They're different from yesterday because I talked about this topic. But these are 4 things you want to know before starting your account as both a manager and a creator. These 4 things are very, very important. Okay, so make sure you stick around. Hit subscribe, hit the bell notification as well, or follow, or whatever fucking button option has become available to you, and let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about really is YouTube and the opportunity that presents itself in today's world. And if you don't understand at the moment how powerful YouTube is, I'm going to break it down for you in a numbers format using myself as the example. These are real numbers, by the way. And so what happened is, yesterday, my dad called me, and my dad's very smart as a, he's won the Australian Engineering Excellence Awards multiple times. He's, multi-millionaire, sold his companies off, his engineering companies, all different things. So, my dad has built himself up. And anyway, we were chatting, and he asked me, he said, "How's business going?" I said, "Oh, yeah, business, it's always going good in the Mac life." And I was telling him, I said, I went on YouTube from gaining 30 subscribers a month to now I'm gaining, as of yesterday, 555 a month. And that's so weird. I just see reoccurring numbers everywhere at the moment. Like, I mean, beyond everywhere. Like, it's fucking scary. Like, for the last couple of months, all I've seen is reoccurring numbers. And anyway, I was telling my dad said, "Well, what's a subscriber worth to you?" And I said, "Well, these are my numbers." I don't know. He said, "But what's a YouTube subscriber worth to you?" And I said, "Fuck, I don't actually know." I said, "I should know. What gets measured, what gets managed." I preached that principle. I said, "Let me get back to you tomorrow. Thank you." So then we continued to chat, obviously. I didn't just fucking hang up. But it was in my mind straight away. I wrote it down. I was like, I need to figure this out. Now, I wanted to take a conservative approach, so I didn't calculate any upsells that I offer, okay? And I didn't average in the high-ticket upsells and things like that I sell. I didn't factor in YouTube AdSense revenue. I didn't factor in any affiliate things like Shopify setups or anything like that. I simply looked at the traffic. I'm not even calculating AdSense. I'm simply looking at what is a subscriber worth to me that comes from YouTube, joins, okay? What are they worth to me over the space of a year? So I looked at that and I broke that number down. And this is actually quite scary to look at. And this is why I don't believe in vanity metrics. A lot of people say, "Yeah, well, I've looked at people that go, I have 500K subscribers here and they're broke." And I'm like, you don't have a quality audience. That's why I know yous are legit real motherfuckers. And the value that I bring to you helps you all succeed. And that's why we have the most valuable platform here. And I look at it and I broke down the number. And over the space of a year, on average, a YouTube subscriber to me is worth $84 a year. And remember, my businesses operate pretty much all profit, okay? There's maybe 95% pre-tax, I don't know, somewhere around there. Essentially, I have no costs in my businesses. Very, very minimal costs. You factor in your setup fees, legal fees, hosting, all these things, but they're minimal. They're essentially minimal. And because I didn't factor in upsells and YouTube AdSense revenue, I'm pretty safe to assume that I'm undervaluing what a YouTube subscriber's worth. Now, the scary thing is, at $84, I used to gain 30 subscribers a month when I first started. Now I'm gaining 555 a month. And I want you to understand that the subscribers have always been worth the same amount of money, realistically. But the growth doesn't happen until it compounds. Once it starts to compound, and I mean, I was gaining, I think last month, you can check back what I said in the podcast, it was like 300 a month. Now it's at 555 because I'm up in the volume. That's something I want to talk about separately in a second. But that may not sound like much. If you're like $87, $555 a year, that's not that much. But let's actually add up what that's worth a month. Because remember, I'm gaining 555 new subscribers a month, and I know on average that they're bringing me $84. So, what is that in terms of monthly growth? That is bringing $46,000 to my business a month based on my subscriber count. $46,000 a month. That's what the average subscriber is worth to me. Because they stay on for a year. I'm trying to word this correctly because that's the space of a year, but we also have to factor in that it's growing by this a month. So if I was to time 555 by 12, okay, let's look at it. I actually wrote it down, the exact number, because I want to give you the exact number. Per year, what I can say my YouTube channel currently, not if it was to expand in any way, if it was to just hold as it is, which is, you know it's expanding, that's worth $559,440 to me. So when someone asks, what's your YouTube channel worth? I can say, excluding AdSense revenue, excluding everything else, it's worth over $500,000 a year. Just a YouTube channel, okay, not factoring in anything else, plus all the audience that's built. And the crazy thing is, I am not special. Today I was watching a video, the dude who snuck into the KSI fight in that big Prime bottle. Like, that actually wasn't a mascot. That was a dude who's notorious for sneaking in. His video was probably the highest quality thing I've ever seen. 4K, multicam shots, months of setup, months of planning, months of hoping it works. The storytelling, the storyboarding, it was incredible. Reactions in there, da-da-da-da-da. And like getting through to that stage. And I looked and I thought, like, YouTube rewards you, okay, for being yourself and putting out content the way in which you want to put it out. No other platform does that. Instagram has a very strict way that you need to promote to get on the explore page to get followers. YouTube, as long as you can find a way to provide value in your own way, YouTube will reward you. And YouTube rewards hard work, and YouTube rewards volume. And I have seen that. Like I told you, the growth that I have, I'm at the end of the beginning. It is quadratic in nature. To look at it, and this is really what people don't understand. You overestimate how far you'll go in a year, but you underestimate how far you can go in 10. So when I chat to people and I say, I've been building my YouTube channel for, over a year now, a year and a bit. And they say, well, how many subscribers? And I say 4,700. If I was to tell just a random person in the street that, they go, oh, that's good, keep it up. Oh, I've got that many on Facebook. Oh, I've got this. They don't understand that is $500,000 a year as an asset. $500,000 a year. Undervaluing. And so I think YouTube is still the biggest arbitrage play that you can make for any business in today's world. And if you were to combine that with OnlyFans as both if you are an agency and you use it as a way to scout girls and recruit new talent, or if you are a creator and you use it as a way to build out your referral base and use it as a way to have other collaborators promote you and use it as a way to find new subscribers, the amount of money you will make is insane. Think, if you even give out OnlyFans tips as a creator, okay, and you have a whole heap of other girls that love you and love your content that you put out, and then at the end of each video you ask and you say, because I'm putting out these tips, because I'm putting out this, I would really appreciate just a shout out on your OnlyFans to your audience, okay? Or you can do a shout for shout with all of them. All of them. You say, just hit me up with a message afterwards and we'll do a shout for shout. Think about how quickly you can build your OnlyFans account. It is fucking insane. And YouTube is the biggest power play. And I look at it, YouTube will be my main growth strategy for turning myself from my net worth to $100 million. And, you look at the people who are following this game plan. Alex Hormozi, someone that I really look up to. He already has businesses that generate $100 million, but yet he has shifted to putting his attention on mass media. He's building acquisition.com, where he takes, majority stakes in smaller companies, or I'm not sure if it's minority stakes, but he takes stakes in companies turning over 3 million minimum a year in revenue. And you look at that and you think, He's using all of his acquisition just from media, just from Instagram, just from YouTube, just from podcasts. Why are you not doing this for your business? And your business could be anything. But YouTube, it lets you promote for free. It lets you push for free. And these podcasts that I do each day, you know, I've realized how much it's helping me as much as it's helping all of you. And so that's why I talk about giving out value, and you get, when you give out value, become a person of value, and people of value are rewarded. That is an equation, a law of the universe. Exact same way as gravity is there, okay? This is a hidden law of the universe, a hidden law of nature. When you give out value, you become a person of value, and then you get back value, okay? You're rewarded handsomely. And so it's now coming to fruition that all the value that I'm putting here on YouTube is making me money. And hopefully these figures today are in no way to flex that, oh, I'll make this much money just from YouTube alone compared to my businesses and da. This is in no way to flex. This is to show you that you can succeed, okay? And on YouTube, don't worry about vanity metrics, and to understand that the majority of growth comes in after a long period of hard work. A year, okay? And then you start to see the reward. And for me, I looked at YouTube and I said, okay, if I was to give that 5 years, it should be at a good level. If I was to give that 10 years, it should be at a good level. And think about it. I talk in terms of 10 years. In 10 years, I'll only be 36. Another 10, that's 10 full years of growth on these platforms. And then another 10 years, I'll only be 46. And you're trying to tell me I won't have accumulated $100 million in wealth by that stage. You can do it. There's nothing stopping you doing it. If you say, I'm shy on camera, get good on camera. Look at back at my first videos. I wasn't particularly shy, but I couldn't speak. I didn't have camera skills. I didn't learn how to... You just learn by doing. Volume teaches you. And then, you know, I learned about lighting, and then I learned about having, you know, things in the background, and you continue to grow. You don't have to be the expert to begin with. And in fact, as long as you're open to critiques that are healthy critiques, you'll continue to grow, and you should seek mentors, and that's the fun of it. It would be boring if you jumped on and you set up and everything was done perfectly. I like the fact that I'm continuing to learn. Each time I learn something new, I'm like, fuck, it feels good to learn something new. So take that mindset and get out there and fucking crush it. That was a big update, but really you should be on YouTube. There should be no excuse. And if you don't know what to promote on YouTube and you're already in the hive, you can take these videos like others are doing and just re-upload them. There's a guy inside the hive who's just created a channel called Mac Life. He's just re-uploaded all the YouTube videos and put up TikToks. And his referrals, I think he's on like 12 or 15 already. And that doesn't sound like much. But you look at it, and that is around 50 US a month per person. He's already making 500 or 600 reoccurring a month from the hive in affiliate commissions. So that's another option that you can do. Or you can just do it yourself and build out your own shit. But yeah, I wanted to say, YouTube really rewards work ethic, and it's amazing. Now on top of that, I'm going to put up some chats in tomorrow. I'll give them one more day to see how it goes. I'll put up the chats in tomorrow's video. Very poor with the verification, guys. Like this dude from the US, zero accountability. Not once has he taken accountability. He just puts all the blame on. And he even said, he's like, yeah, well, normally it takes 2 to 4 weeks for them to be verified. So? And I was like, so what? Why is mine taking 3 months? He's like, well, you should understand that I was overbooked with customers. And I was like, bro, these are all your fucking flaws. Like this is zero. How is this my fault? I paid a premium for this shit that you couldn't deliver on. And then you're telling me like, so it's my fault that you've overbooked clients. Like I'll just put up the chat tomorrow for you to all have a look at. But really it's extremely poor. I submitted myself yesterday. I was like, what's the harm? I'm going to submit myself. See, and you know, the weird thing is, normally within the space of a few, like before it was instantly, and then usually it's in the space of a few hours, I would get a notification back from Instagram that says, you didn't get verified, you didn't meet criteria. But now, okay, it's been over a day and I still haven't heard anything back, which indicates that it's pretty good news, I think, because it means they're seriously reviewing it. So who knows, we may have that little badge pop up, might be a last minute clutch, but if not, yeah, I'm disappointed. They were like, oh, you can change your profile back, and then when we get around to it in a few months, we can do it then. And I was like, fuck that. Like, you guys are hopeless. Actually hopeless. More so than the service being hopeless. I hate people who are non-accountable. So anyway, I'll see how the verification goes today. Hopefully we get verified, and then I'll put these chats up for you to all have a look at. And this is why I do the podcast as well, because I believe in honesty, I believe in transparency. You know, this is the way that I conduct all my businesses, open, honest, transparent. So I like to put these things out there for people to see. Now, we're doing the giveaway inside of the Hive. I think the coolest giveaway for the first one to start, it's not super expensive shit, but I'm going to give it out to a heap of people to begin with for the first one. And that is OnlyFans merch. So I might give out like neon signs so you can have OnlyFans in the background, or for some of the creators in the Hive, like OnlyFans hoodies, OnlyFans leggings. They actually have some really good looking fucking sets and shit in there. So I'm going to do a big merch giveaway of OnlyFans shit. So I think that if you're in the Hive and you think that's a cool idea, let me know down below, or let us know inside the Hive. And then after that, we can always do premium giveaways. We can give away designer shit, or maybe flights, maybe holidays and tickets somewhere. Like, I don't know, flights to wherever, if you're in the US, flights to fucking another state and your accommodation or whatever. Just let me know, because I'm keen to put these things out, and it's really just to give back to you. It's in no way like a benefit to me. Well, it is, because I'm getting a happier community, but this is for you guys inside the Hive. So let me know. Top of that, Adam is currently heavily underway with the stage 3 filming for Ecom, me too. And then we'll be dropping those inside of the Hive. Like I said, Adam's operating 2, I believe 3, but definitely 2 7-figure stores at the moment, just using Facebook ads. Just Facebook ads. So the module that he's going to be releasing on Facebook ads, like, I'm keen to watch it. I'm keen to learn. And that will be inside the Hive. So for any one of you who is growing an e-com store and you're like, fuck, I want to get better at Facebook ads, Adam's going to be the source on that. I've been showing people with TikTok what to do. The product I released the other day, the product idea, we had people quantify it. Now we've had people ordering it in bulk already, because they're already making a shit ton of sales on Marketplace with it. So like the stuff that I'm showing is heavily applicable at the moment, but I feel I brought Adam on for this stage 3, these Facebook ads, and oof, it's going to be some sauce. OnlyFans 2.0 is a while away yet. I've had a few people message me, bro, I can see 2.0 inside the course, but I can't access it. It's not out. It's not out. It won't be out for quite a while yet. And there's going to be a premium price point on top for the OnlyFans 2.0. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It will only be available to Hive members that were in the Hive at that time, and then it will not be available elsewhere. It will just be only for Hive members. Like I said, it's a game changer. It's a plug and play. It's a click, Kajabi, ad, boom, your funnels are there. Implement this. Let the data build up over time. Oh shit, my business is 6x'd. Who can I thank? The big source. The big source. So, what else we got? I think that's it. That's it for the updates today. Really, that's it. So, hustle down on YouTube. Get your YouTube channel going. I'll let you all know. Hopefully we get that IG verification pop up. That would, come on, baby. I've actually been visualizing it. I've looked at what it says, the little notification that pops through, and it's like, your channel has been verified. You'll now see a blue badge appear next to your thing. That's what I'm fucking hoping on. Come on. Where's the love and prayers? Get them out there for the Mac life. Alrighty, let's get into the OnlyFans stuff. Make sure you hit subscribe. I drop daily videos. As well as that, if you want videos that are just strictly on OnlyFans, so you come to this channel, you're like, bro, if you're one of these annoying cunts who go, bro, you just waffle on, this is a podcast, motherfucker. This is my podcast too. Fucking slap that off ya. If you want the videos that are just business principles, I have a whole playlist on YouTube now called Business Training, and I just sit there with a Google Docs. We go through e-commerce, we go through OnlyFans, we go through a heap of shit. Or if you're a smarter individual and you just want 3-minute applicable chunks, A to Z, step by step, join the Hive Mind. I put the link in every single video. It's a community of 500 members already, plus all the training for OnlyFans, all the training for ecom. And it's not like these videos that are long format, me rambling, me talking. It's like 3 minutes. Do this step. Okay, you've watched this video, go do that shit. Then come back, you're up to stage 2. Do this, okay, now you're up to this stage. Do this, now you're up to this stage. Do this, now you're earning 10K. Do, bit by bit by bit, okay? Very, very important. Very important. Самое важное. Okay, let's get into it. We have the very first thing, so that remember there's 4 things, and this is number 1. I've been preaching this in the videos the last couple days. Have an exit strategy. Have a plan. If you are starting OnlyFans, okay, and you're thinking of starting OnlyFans, there's no point unless you have an exit strategy. If you want to start up an OnlyFans account and you don't know how much money you want to make, you're not going to succeed because you're just going to constantly be comparing yourself to others, and you're going to be stuck in this endless cycle of you feel good until someone else comes along that earns more, and then you demotivate yourself, and then you stop working as hard, and then da-da-da-da-da. You hear something. There's always going to be people that make more money than you. You need to have clear goals of what you want. When you can do that, you can become very satisfied. It's not only an OnlyFans, it's insane to see how many people do not have a clear strategy of what they want. They've fallen into the easy narrative because it's easy. Get a house, pay it off. After that, I'll buy another house, have that one as an investment property. And I asked them, what could you do to speed this process up? Well, they haven't even thought about that. They're just chipping away at a dead horse. It is far more important the boat you're in than how hard you row. Remember that, okay? So leverage the highest opportunity vehicle. If you're getting into OnlyFans, you're already in the primo opportunity vehicle. It's the easiest way to make money online. It's the simplest way to make money online, I should say. Make sure you have an exit strategy. Know what your game plan is. Is it to accumulate a certain amount of money? Is it to build a cash flow business that generates this much each month? Is it to da-da-da-da-da? And then understand that there's going to be consequences as well. Your kids might see you finger blasting your bum hole, whatever it is, okay? There's going to be consequences. You have to understand everything in life is a risk. Everything in life is a risk. I tell people who say, yeah, well, you do these online businesses, I've got a job because it's more safe. And I say, well, you're still taking a risk, aren't you? Every option you do is still taking a risk. You have to drive to work every single day. I don't. So you have more chance of getting in a car crash and not even making it to your the end game. So really, it's just risk calculation. Everything in life is a risk. And in fact, I think a really cool way that Alex Hormozi said it, and I think it was he got the quote from Jeff Bezos, is that if you had a 1 in 10 chance of an 100x outcome, you would take that bet every single time. And what does that mean? If I had basically a 10% chance of an 100x payout, I would take that bet every single time, because once I've taken it 10 times, statistically, I'm going to get the win. And so when I look at people and they say, well, yeah, you do these online businesses, it could shut down tomorrow, it's risky. I say, not really. You know, it's a 1 in 10 chance of 100x payout. You know, if I run 10 of them, I'm eventually going to get a winning business. And I'm going to get an 100x payout, where at that time you've maybe gone to what, 14, 15? Very, very easy way to look at it. So have an exit strategy. Now the next thing, I don't talk about this one enough, but bulk film your content. Do not be one of these girls that go, oh, I'm feeling sexy today, got pics at the beach, da-da. Sure, you can use them as additional content if you want. But have a bulk amount of content. Get all your content done in advance so you're not a worker on the clock. When someone messages you, I want a fucking booty pic, you're like, oh, I'm doing this, and you're trying to film, get a good angle, you fucked around and wasted an hour for an $100 sale. And you're like, oh, I've wasted a full hour. You're working $100 an hour. It's not worth it. Well, it is probably worth it, but in this industry, you could make a lot more. And so that's why I've gone to the next point 3, which is, if you're listening and you're like $100 a photo, you should be charging a premium. You know, I don't drill these things enough. These are very, very simple things to apply, but the majority of you don't apply them because of your own psychology that's holding you back, your own preconceptions. You need to charge a premium. I have not, how about this, right? I have received at least, I believe, throughout the Hive and throughout YouTube and personal messages, I've at least got 300 or 400 messages from creators that said, oh my God, Mac, thank you so much. I finally took the jump. I finally took your advice. And I charged this much more. I charged this much more. And I made more money. I have not received one message from any girl that has said, I put my prices up and now I'm making less. It's 100% success rate. And then I say to that person, well, why don't you put your price up again? Why don't you put the price up even more? And they go, oh, I can't do that. And I'm like, really? You just went from that to earning more money by putting your price up. You've seen it worked and you're back to the exact same scarcity mindset. I put prices up. I look at the Hive, where the Hive started to where it is now. The Hive price is going up again. I'm putting it up again very soon. Everything's continuing to go up. And you know what will happen? People don't complain. As long as you can provide value, people will not complain. For new members, the Hive Mind price will go up. And all that's going to happen is I'm going to make more money. Very simple. I'm going to put the price up and I'm going to make more money. My video cut out. But what I was saying is, this is why it's so important, is that I want you to imagine for a second, I'm taking this 100% from Alex Hormozi's video. I'm just copying it because I think he explained it in the best way that I've ever heard it. I'm going to remove one of the doors, one of the options as well, to really simplify this. Imagine you have a business, right? And it has 100 customers a month there. And, right, you have 100 customers there, and that makes you $10,000. But your costs for those customers are $8,000, okay? You're making $2,000 profit a month. So, you got 100 customers, okay? You make $10,000 in sales, $8,000 in cost, you make $2,000 a month profit. Now, I'm a magic genie and I can do one of two things. I can either say to you right now, I will double the amount of customers you have. Each month, I'll double it. So you have double the amount of customers. You'll have 200 customers. Or, I'm a genie, and the other option is I can double your price and you'll still get your 100 customers. You don't get any more customers, but I'll double your price. What would you take? Now, a lot of people, and it amazes me how many people say, I'll take double the customers. That is the worst option by far. The worst option by far. And in Alex Hormozi's example, he gives 3 options, but I want to explain to you why that's the worst option by far. So your hard costs of your business, okay? You have $8,000 in cost, essentially. You make $2,000 profit for 100 customers. I'm going to double your customers, okay? So we can pretty much times everything's by 2 because I'm doubling everything. Now you have 200 customers, okay? Your hard costs go to $16,000 because you still have acquisition cost in there. And now you make $4,000 profit a month. So here you are. You have 200 customers, okay? You make $4,000 profit a month and your hard costs are $16,000. But now you also have double the amount of customers. Remember this, you have double the amount of customer service demands. You have double the amount of people that you need to satisfy and fulfill. And scaling brings complexity in itself, and you're making $4,000. Now, let's look back and say, if you took the second option that I gave you, which was to double your price and nothing else changes, and you're thinking, wait, so am I just going to make double the profit without all that extra customer service? No, look at this, okay? We have 100, okay, customers, but we're going to double our price. So, if you look at it like this, what is each customer actually worth to us? Okay, this is what we need to break down. What is each customer? And this is a very, very important principle for you to apply to OnlyFans. This is why pricing is so important. I'm trying to make it as easy as it is to come across for you. Okay, if we have 100 customers, and we could see before that they were generating us $10,000, okay? 100 customers is generating us $10,000. Let's safely assume we've doubled the price. We're going to gain an additional $10,000, but we don't have to take away $8,000 anymore because the $8,000 was already covered in the first cost of acquisition. Hopefully this makes sense. So we already had $10,000, right? We had $10,000 coming in, but we had $8,000 in cost. Okay, it left us $2,000 profit. Now we just get to double the price. So by doubling the price, we're acquiring an extra $10,000 on top, but we've already got all of our cost of acquiring customers. We have no additional customer service, so our profit doesn't go to $4,000 because we've gained an extra $10,000 profit. So it actually jumps to $12,000. So this is the difference between you choosing the 2 doors. And one is infinitely harder. It is a lot harder to go ahead and double your customer base compared to just doubling your price. If you just change the price, and you might say, sure, it's actually a lot harder to sell when it's double the price. It's not really. In some facts, it's actually easier to sell when it's worth more because the perceived value goes up. When something's worth more, the perceived value actually increases. And as long as you can provide enough value for what you're selling, people will have no objections for buying it at that price point. So you can look at this example, right? You could either end up with double the customer service, double the outgoings and expenses, all of these things just to move to $4,000 profit, or you could just change your price overnight, which you have complete control of, and make $12,000 profit. 3x on that option. Or if you look back, it's like a 6x from nothing. You can 6x your business overnight. Imagine a 6x, a big old 6x, success. Success with sex, 6x. 6x your business overnight by doubling your price. A lot of you people, you say, oh, I charge $20 a photo. Charge 40. But here's the thing, that's just doubling your price. If you still have the same amount of people at 40, imagine if you were to charge $100. You 5x the cost of your photos. You 5x, you haven't just doubled, you 5x times 6, you could have a 30x growth to your profit each year. And if you don't realize how big that is, if you make $1,000 a month, just by changing your pricing, you could go from making 1,000 to 30,000. This is why I hammer this point in every single fucking video. So go out there and do it. Charge a premium. And that adds into the final point, which is number 4 of the OnlyFans, is have an upsell ladder. Some customers are worth more than others. We do not treat all customers the same. Some people are willing to buy used panties for $1,000 a pop. Some people are willing to buy a Zoom call. You can charge $500 for a 5-minute call. And the worst way to structure this, that I see people even inside the hive doing this, is saying, sure baby, I charge $100 a minute. I charge $50 a minute. You're telling them they're getting a little amount for a little. You're getting a little for a little. Okay, it's costing you a little for a little. Change the way in which you say things. By changing the way in which you say things, okay, you can make it seem completely different. I could either say to you, yeah, I make 40 G's a month, or I could say to you, I make $500,000 a year. All I've done is I've gone over a longer period of time and said, this business generates 40K a month. Actually, it makes $500,000 a year. It sounds a lot bigger. Okay, so what you want to do is move that time scale up too. Sure, the money's going to increase, but you say, look, it's $500, but you get 10 minutes with me. Rather than saying it's $100 a minute. They're thinking, fuck, a minute? Then they start like, they don't even add up. They just think, oh, fuck, $100 a minute is fucking expensive. But if you say it's $500, but you'll get fucking 5 minutes with me, and I'll do wonders for you in 5 minutes, then they're thinking, fuck, what could I get done in 5 minutes? Or you just say, look, it's $800 for 10 minutes. They're not micro-calculating the time. They're thinking, 10 minutes, is it going to be worth it? Okay, that's what they're thinking. So these are different ways that you can change things, but you need to have an upsell ladder, and I've given you a little bonus there at the end too. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed. Remember, if you want just the OnlyFans principles, I have the business training playlist there now. I have news reaction videos. We have the podcast every day on top. So do that. Join the hive. Subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Baka baka.